Hey, what's going on? I'm Chase, also known as Leechling, here with Red 9, here to tell you about the updates we have for Project Derelict.
I'm Mike. I'm the second half of Red 9. Also here to fill you in on what's been going on the past 2 months in our absence.
Yeah, I'd really like to apologize for our absence and not keeping you updated about what's going on with our game, but as you can probably tell by the background behind me, I've been moving and it's taken a toll on the amount of work I can produce for our game.
On top of that, I'd like to add that I sort of wanted to push back this update just so that we had more stuff to present, and it's not just a bare bones like two things have been done. In the background, in these past 2 months, we've been working on figuring out the plot, why things happen, how they can happen, the laws of this, I guess, mythos, I guess you can call it, because we plan on having something like that happen, and trying to figure out how we can create something like this and have it make sense, have people be interested and engaged in it, and not find it stupid.
We want our world to be cohesive and put together into a way where you can piece together the lore yourself without having to look up guides or videos explaining the plot. We really want to set the character into our world, and through the discovery of like items and enemies and other things, like visually telling story as well.
One thing I'd point towards is Dark Souls, where the story isn't necessarily told to you directly, but through descriptions of certain items, piecing it together yourself, trying to figure out what's going on, sort of like a mystery, and having environmental details kind of tell its own stories without having a stack of papers basically spelling it out for you. Of course, there's going to be a few notes in there, but not stopping every 5 seconds to read up on something.
Yeah, we don't want to lore dump you, but we do want our lore to be interesting.
Which really is one of the hardest parts of this at the moment. But after that, I think everything should be smooth sailing, because once we find the foundation, then we can really start building off of that, creating the characters, side characters, enemies, locations, like location designs.
And I've personally been working together with Mike in order to create what I'm calling like our lore Bible, in order to ensure, like we've mentioned before, cohesiveness and structure to our world and mythos. And the documentation upon the lore Bible is going very smoothly so far, as we're figuring out where this game's going to take place, the characters involved with it, and the creatures and environments you will run into. With that being said, we have firmly decided upon our main character's design, which this design may not be her final design, but it is as close to it as we can get right now. And we have decided upon the name for her to be Joan. And we've also been working on enemy concepts and side characters. And while we can't introduce any that we've worked on so far, we are very excited to show you in the future.
Even in the future, there are some things we just won't be able to show straight up due to trying to be different in a way that if we were to just show, it would kind of spoil a lot of things. So there will still have to be a ton left in the dark. So we'll only ever be able to show like surface level characters, like from the first nothing onwards, because after that then you'd start like.
With that though, I feel like comfortable enough within showing y'all what we believe to be the baseline enemy character, which at the moment we haven't solidified the name for, but we have decided upon the working title of Sentinels, which these enemies are going to be kind of the average zombie-like roaming type enemy. I don't want to explain any much further into their detail as it is lore specific, but this is the basic design for them.
A lot of these designs that we're creating are based off of wildlife that is native to Louisiana, which is the setting and location of this area, and older works of fiction such as H.P. Lovecraft, the Divine Comedy, Just stuff like that.
And speaking of the location that this game is going to be taking place, I've decided upon calling it Belle Fountain or Bellefontaine, Louisiana, and I have constructed a semi-polished rough concept for the map and the locations that the game will be taking place.
Like we said in the very first devlog, we plan on having a sort of an interconnected world, similar to how Dark Souls 1 did it, where every single area kind of leads in back on itself. So we want to be able to make something like that possible, but also feel fluid and very unique and diverse in its locations, so all the areas don't just blend together and look the same.
We've also, as a team, decided that the pricing for the game is not going to be set in stone and will vary based upon location, as we'd like as many people following this journey of our development to be able to afford and appreciate this game for what it is and not monetary value.
Towards the end, when we finally have a grasp on how long it will be and how much content is actually in the game, we will then start discussing a set in stone price. But as for regional stuff, like Chase had said, it'll vary depending on what country you're from. So in America, say a game's $20 USD, it's not going to be 20 USD Brazil. That's insane. It's going to be affordable for anyone in any country. So you don't have to pay a quarter of your month's paycheck on something that you're not sure if you'll even like.
We want it to be economically viable for you to play and enjoy this game.
If you've made it this far in and would like to actually watch the game develop alongside of us, we have multiple accounts, not only this channel. We will be creating a second channel. We have a Twitter up and a Twitch page where we don't stream frequently, but once we get the ability to post community posts, we will then be sending updates on when that's happening, and an eventual Discord server as well, so that we can send out as many notifications whenever that happens.
And with us streaming on Twitch, we've decided to make a VOD channel, which will be known as Red 9 Stream, in which we will post highlights of us playing games, working on the game together. Anything funny that we hope to share with the community.
One of the other functions of these secondary channels, such as Red 9 Stream, is to sort of build a community, because here we just do devlogs, which is just us talking directly to you, while the stream stuff would be us liking to talk with you and get your feedback, what you think.
Red 9 Team, our main channel, is us talking at you. Red 9 on Twitch, and Red 9 Stream, the highlight channel on YouTube, is us talking with you. We hope to have a community server up once we're further along in development.
Yeah, we're unsure when that's going to happen.
For this update, I think that covers it. So thank you, and we really appreciate any support shown. This is Chase from Red 9 Team, signing out.
Yeah, this is Mike saying goodbye. Gorbor.
Gorbor.
Gorbor.